Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Mondays with Mary. I am so excited to be able to show this to you because I've had it since I belong to the Sneak Peek Club for a month, but they just released it. And it is the Christmas birds that they just released. We got this a month ago. So let's open it up. So if you're not familiar with the Sneak Peek kit, it's a club that you belong to. And I think it's like the 7th of the month, somewhere along there. You can opt in and out at the beginning of the month. And it's just a little bit gathering of some of the different crafty goodies that they're going to release the next month. So this one happens to be the Birdie Friends dies. And this particular one kit, let's go through this, came with, I think it's called Warm Wishes stamp set. And then they always come with a subset. This one is Birdie. And it's nice because just because it's birds in a winter kind of theme, you can use it for birthdays, anything. You could use a smile, chirp, chirp, hurrah. We flock together, spread your wings. Happy birthday. And then the die set. And are these not too cute? So we've got birds, and then we've got the hats for these two, if you want them to have hats. A limb. This is garland that can hang off the branch. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, these are extra beaks if you want to do a three-dimension. Also in the kit is, or the Sneak Peek kit, is the Birdie Friends Winter Die. So you can cut, and stencil with the die, or you can just stencil. And it shows you here what you're going to do. If you want to use it without the die, you stencil the branch first, then mask it before stenciling the other birds. So we are going to use the die, and I've already cut those out, and then we're going to use the stencil. Like I said, these just went on sale over the weekend. I think they debuted them on Friday. So I've cut them out. Let me move my inks over. And my little ink stand. So I've cut them out, but I've put them back in because I wasn't sure how the stencil worked because I haven't opened it up yet. I like this to be a learning experience. All right, so it looks like we've got 2 stencils, and each one does a third. And as usual, they'll tell you what, like this says light, this is light, medium, 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 cream. And this one says orange beaks, black or skip for the eyes, because since we did the die, it already has the little eyes, so you can either enhance it or just leave it as is. This one says light or skip, and that's their scarves, hat, and then this little birdie's body, and then the branch and snow. So this is what they showed they're doing. I am going to use basically the blues because I like blue for a winter theme. So we've got, we're going to use the water hyacinth. We may not get all these. I've lost count of how many different blues. So we've got these for our majority of it. I'm going to use Rocky Shore for the branch and a little bit of yellow. And then it did talk about orange for beak. So let me grab an orange. Caramel toffee. We'll go with that one for the beak. So I might have to reposition. Maybe put this down in the middle more, since we're going to use each one 3 times. Oops, and there they go. All right, bear with me. So, and I ended up putting the branch in upside down, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. All right. See if I can get these back in. I am having a hard time realizing that it is July. And half the year is gone already. Oh, here's our little hat. See if I can I'm just making it worse. I'm not sure why this stamp wheel mat isn't sticking, because it feels sticky. I don't know. All right. So our first layer says light, and it is so we've got this bird and this bird, and then we've got the hats on these 2. So I am going to hold this down on top because there's very little stencil on the mat. And then we'll use the lightest blue, which is the water hyacinth. And I don't want to get crazy, so we'll mark that off. All right. So all our little prep work here is ready. Oh, let me reach behind me. All right. I'll get my little section. I don't know, this looks awfully light. Maybe too light. Or maybe it's time to get a reinker, because maybe not. Hold that thought. We just need to be able to give it a little bit more force. There we go. Not that I still don't need a reinker. In fact, this set was the first set of Altenew inks that I ever purchased. All right. So that's our first layer. Now this one says light here and then medium over here. So we're going to do the light on his body so that all the bodies match. Let me know in the comments whether you belong to the sneak peek club or not. It's been fun. Because you never know what you're going to get. Well, you do know what you're going to get, but only when they send you they send you a sneak peek email saying this is what it is, to give you a chance to cancel, or if you don't want that one. A lot of times there is the postage stencils in them, and it's $29.99. And that also gives you free shipping on any order over, I think it's $35. So that's a perk, one of the perks of the club. All right. Look at how cute they are. All right, so it says these are going to be medium also. And this is their tails and wings. These are so easy to color. And the smart thing was to put them back in here because they cut out exactly the same as the stencil. It would have been a nightmare trying to get them lined up perfectly. This saves so much time doing it like this. All right, so there's that layer. So we're done with this stencil. I got these hats up, but I'm not sure whereabouts that they are to color. All right, so now we're going to do beaks, so we need the orange. Or in our case, well, we're going for the caramel toffee. So let's line that up. Beaks. I'm just going to go ahead and hold these. And you know, of course, when you're stenciling, no matter what, you always want to go in circles in different directions. All right, there's our orange. Look at how cute they are. I think I will grab a black and do their eyeballs. Hopefully I don't live to regret that. Hopefully I can get it lined up. Perfect. Perfect. They got a little detail on their nose, on their beak. All right, I'm going to wipe this down because we've got more on this stencil to use, and I do not need black going everywhere. And let me put that away so we don't get it on anything, including my fingers. It doesn't want to cooperate. All right, so now we're working on their little scarves and hats, and this one's it's kind of weird that they have this one totally open, because it's definitely going to get on the other stuff. All right, now I'm off again, hold on. yellow. I thought the yellow would go good with the blue. All right. Well, we lost a whole bird. Here we go. All right, so the only thing we have left is the branch. Our birds are done. And we're gonna do that in the rocky stone I think I picked. Oh my goodness. I am having a time with this one. Rocky Shore. Yeah, that's what it's called. And I'm not going to be perfect with this because a branch is not all the same color. It has lights and darks, and that's what we're going for. All right. Oh, and it leaves the white for the snow. So clever. All right, so I don't see. Let me look at that first one. I think what they want us to do, okay, so this cap is like that cap. So if we go this way, and then that cap is like this one, and we're just going to put the medium blue here, and their hats are going to look a little bit different. Yeah, all right. All right, so let's go ahead and take our birdies out. I am having a problem, can you tell? There we go. And that one, and that one. And this is the way this is supposed to go. And then they'll sit, oh my goodness. On the branch. Like that. I think there's too many birds though. What hat should he have? He looks cute with that one. All right. Let me get these off of here. Okay, so we've got our birdies, and I decided I wanted a little bit of dimension, or but I didn't want anything to distract from the birdies. So I'm gonna use Altenew. It's called Cloudy Day, but I cut or embossed, and this is what it looks like. And I just took, and you probably, it's very faint, you probably can't see it, but the brush that I first used or tried using with the blue, there was a little bit of blue left on here, and so I just tried to catch a little bit of the tops of the clouds so that the birds actually look like they're sitting on a branch in the sky. All right, so I want to get the branch and give it some dimension, but I don't know if these, oh, we'll give those a try. So I've got these long foam adhesive strips from Stampin' Up. And they're skinny, so hopefully they're not too thick. And they'll do the job. I think they're both. I was gonna look to see if they were both the same thickness. Yeah, it looks like they are. Okay. And I think it'll be fine. And that looks about good. So we're going to put that right there in the middle of the branch. That worked out perfectly. All right. I think if we put them, we put it about here. Let me see, he's the tallest bird. Yeah, I think that'll be good. So we're going to bunt it right up against the edge. Now, these white, you could put a little white paste, but I mean, they're white enough. I also have a paint pen that I could add, but I think they're fine. All right, let's glue this little guy's hat on. Everything's sticking to my little piece of metal here. And there it goes. Okay. Let me pick it up before I wheel over it and break it. It's just one of those little, yep, see. All right, a little dot will do ya. Maybe too much of a dot. All right. And then let's get our hat and see where. That's good right there. Maybe up a little. All right. So I want this little guy right here. Maybe this little guy right there. Talking to him. And then this big guy over here. Or should we put this guy over here? Yeah, he could talk to her. All right, so I want them to be up. If we glue it, then it's just gonna push them down. So, but if we put a foam square. That should take care of everything. All right, so we put a foam square there. We might need to double down on our foam square because this is pretty, the strip was pretty thick. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm going to double the foam square, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the branch so he doesn't flop around. Let me see where I want him on the branch. Maybe right there. So we'll put a little glue right here. And then set him right like that. And then the same thing for the little baby. And I'm going to put him right in between right there. Just put a little glue right there. And then this little one here. All right. Let's see where we want her to go. Maybe right there so we could see the snow. See if I can get this up. And tilt him a little bit without ruining everything. Almost. want him a little, just a tiny touch better there. We can fix it. Yes, we can. Maybe. Yes, okay. All right. I just wanted, he was a little bit facing up, and I wanted him to be facing this way so they could be chatting. Because this one's obviously off looking for something. Food, a boyfriend, I don't know. All right. So we got that. Or maybe she's wondering where her boyfriend went. But we cut him out. All right, so let's see what I did with the Okay, so these have nothing to do with Christmas, so they're gone. Let's take this out. Let's audition these, as I like to say. All right, so here's a nice spot right here. So do warm wishes, believe in the magic, holiday cheer, very merry. That's a little small. I think I like the warm wishes because they are wearing their little knitted hats and their scarves. All right, let's do that. And then I have some little gems that will look like snowflakes, but I don't know what I've done with them, so I'll have to do that after. Let me get a little tiny, nope. Yes. Now, because it's a sneak peek, it did not come with a die. So, but these are pretty, they're going to be pretty easy to fussy cut, even though we know I don't like the fussy cut. I will live. And it doesn't make any difference where I put it because we're not stamping it directly on the card, which we could right here in this bare spot, but I like a little dimension, so. And our paper fell out. Now, this is a brand new stamp, and I didn't. There's magnets attracting everywhere on my desk right now. I was going to say this is a brand new stamp, and I did not condition it, but Waffle Flower stamps are pretty awesome. See? We just got a little. And I'm just rubbing it with my finger, not pressing hard, because if you press hard, then, especially if it's a small lettering, it's going to get mushy looking. Perfect. Look at that. You couldn't ask for anything better. And the obsidian ink is my favorite for sentiments, because it is, as they say, exceptionally crisp. And I have to agree, it is. All right. Onward and upward, Fussy Cat. Let me get a sip. Okay, here we go. I don't like these. They have the perforated. You can hear it when you... Let's try these. My fingers are way too fat for these. But we shall continue on. We're almost done. And obsidian ink is, hold on, it is a pigment ink. And as you can see, I just got a thumbprint or a print of letters. Maybe I could do it this way. We're almost done here. All right. Warm wishes. Now, if we had a die, we could cut multiple layers, but we don't, so we're going to have to put a we're going to have to put some things on it. Oh, see, look. All right, I need to I need not to touch this. That's what I need. But I also need to get it going in the right direction. I need to stand. There's a lot of I needs here. Okay. Right about there. Perfect. All right. I'm going to pause you for a second and see if I can go find those little clear, like snowflakey things. All right, well, I didn't find the snowflakey things, but I did find these from one of the events. And I think these little tiny ones would just be very cute, and they'll pick the light up and they'll look like just itty bitty little snowflakes. All right, and then we will be done. All right. We're just going to put a little scattering. Maybe one right there. And one right there. All right. Hopefully you can see those. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. Without making you nauseous. All right. So that's it. I think it turned out cute. Let me know what you think. Love the little birds. All right, so that's it. It's Sneak Peek Club, which is now what they call the birds? Birdie Friends in winter. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh. Birdie Friends in winter. And then the matching stencil. And they are available now on their website. There is no links below because I am not anybody's affiliate. So, because I like you guys, you know. I buy everything and I'm give you my honest opinion. And some people have a problem with that, but I don't know why. I don't know why. But I think this is a cute one. I did order, not the birds, but they've got this cute little moose that's, you put on the bottom and he's like down here looking up over the edge of the card. So I had to buy him and the sentiments to go with him because he was too adorable. So that's it. So, okay. Sneak Peek Club, I think it's $29.99. Every month you can stop, you can stall, you know, postpone. You don't have to get it if it's not something that you like, which is a good thing. And then the added bonus is you can get free shipping on any order over $35 because you're a club member. So, you know, you have to see if that's worth it to you or not, depending on, you know, how much you shop. So, all right. we used the stamps, sentiments, we used the die, we used the stencil. Oh, and let me show you, if you're not familiar with each one comes in this cute little packet. And I end up taking it out of the packet because I hate my sentiments separate. But these are great, like when you're doing a project, just putting all your pieces for that project in here. And then I put a label and for what it is. So, but all of them come with this card. It tells you what's inside. And then there's a special sneak peek club on Facebook so that you can scan the QR code. And then this will show you some videos so that you can get plenty more ideas. But it does come, they all come with an idea sheet that'll show you, like this one. This is what they used, and then this is the colors. They don't have their own inks, so they always use Distress or Distress Oxides in their examples. So there's one, and then when you turn it over, there's always another one. This is cute, where they cut the branch in half, and then got a night sky. So just more examples. So, all right, so that's it for this time. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much. If you have not subscribed yet, you can easily do so by hitting the subscribe button. And then if you hit the bell, it will send you notifications when there is a new video to watch. Or you can just go rogue and just watch whenever you want. And you don't have to get notifications. I have everything that I want, channels that I subscribe to on notification, because I get so busy, I'll forget to go over and look, and then I'll miss something, especially if, you know, it's a company and they're having a special. By the time I get around to looking, I've missed the sale or whatever. So, and then the thumbs up is the like button, and that's the only way that YouTube will know that you enjoy the video, if you hit that thumbs up. That thumbs up also lets them know that it was a good video and that they will promote it more, which is really important for little channels like mine. So if you could hit that like button, that would be greatly appreciated. And then there's a share button to share with a friend, because sharing is caring. So, all right, so that's it for this week. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.